So, are you ready for the results, ladies? Ahem. When it comes to your child, the paternity test shows that you are indeed not the father. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys so much for joining me. I am your host, Nahanda Ihinyo Helker. And if you are new here, please like and subscribe because my content, I can guarantee you at this point, will have you riveting and biting your nails, and you will feel very, 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 very alive and controversial. Not controversial. You will feel very triggered or very encouraged, inspired, angry. I really drive those emotions home with people. I can say that safely now, based on the people that have come up on here and have said good things, bad things, in between things about my content. So if you are interested in hearing things that are opposed to your opinion, please like and subscribe that button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you feel like. Just be respectful about it. Let's get into the content because I've already talked for 1 minute for an intro. So we are talking today about you are not the father. You are not the father. You are not the father. I think I made a video about this, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to do this again real quick because I saw some comments last Father's Day. Oh, some women congratulating themselves for Father's Day, right? And I have a reactionary video coming up for you guys. I just need to put this away in a area. Let me check my website real quick because I'm not sure if I have it up or not. It should be up. I have a video about this this situation. Yes, it's called Men Need to Learn How to Fight Against the System for Their Children, and that got a lot of mixed reviews. None of the people that have the reviews actually spoke on why they disagreed. I'll only to say that women shouldn't be telling men what to do. I've taken the position that what affects you affects me, so I feel like it is my civic duty as a fatherless child to talk on this issue from the perspective of a child, who grew up without a father. And I know that my mom, bless her heart, did all that she could in her unique circumstances to be there for us. And my father was somewhere not in the mix, but, did what he could when he felt the need to or when he was probably forced to. I do recognize the impact it had on me by not having him around me, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So for those of you who are in a situation similarly that you just feel like it's just too much to ask for help, or your partner has done some things that are I saw that my daughter is here yawning, talking about she want to watch this and that. She gonna be asleep soon. Okay. But I see some of y'all coming up here talking about how you are the father in your child's life. Now, I'm going to tell you some very anecdotal, embarrassing things about some young ladies that I have talked to personally about their unique circumstances as to how they ended up being single mom. Things like paternity tests. Now, let's talk about paternity tests, right? Paternity tests, um if you're in America or in somewhere in the West, you as the mother have to pay for the paternity test. If and when the paternity test, now ladies, correct me if I am wrong, if and when you pay for the paternity test and the paternity test comes back and it shows that he is the father, then he has to pay you back that money that you took out to get that test. That paternity test costs a hefty sum. I think it's somewhere in the ranges of 900 US dollars, which a lot of people, if you are trying to get money out of a guy to handle his responsibility, you might not have 900 euros coming up, $900 laying around just to prove the point that for money that you already need. Now, I get that that is a very hefty sum of money, and a lot of people end up going through that anyways because they want to prove the point. They want that official documentation. They want to make sure that these things are put into place as soon as possible if he has not already signed on the birth certificate for said children. or child. Now, this is one of the many instances, circumstances, legalities, paperwork, if you may, that encompass the separation of relationships after a child is brought into a situation. And I understand that it takes a lot of humble pie on the part of the women to put a guy in a circumstance where he is doing what he's supposed to do by being there for his children. I am starting to see in a lot of places and spaces where men are becoming more actively participatory in their rearing of their children. Shout out to all those men who are sticking with it despite the breakdown of their relationships with their partners. Shout out to y'all. Kudos. Hooray from me. For the rest of you guys, I'm not here trying to tell anybody what to do, but I really believe that there is a greater consensus that women need to stop. Please stop. Now, before I start to talk about what women need to stop doing, I will like to first acknowledge all of the women who are raising their children under duress and dire circumstances because they're in a very abusive or have just gotten out of a abusive situation that was directly the result of the reason why their partner broke up. Now, these are not the women that I'm talking about. Okay, those women are in a situation where they have chosen to have their children's safety as their priority, as opposed to staying in a relationship that is abusive or was dangerous to them and or their children. That I'm not talking about those women. That is a separate conversation. For those of you who broke up with your partner because you didn't like his shoes or you didn't like his mom or whatever the silly situation may have been, that may have, or it may have been a slow chipping away of the relationship that you just could not deal with. I feel like we need more accountability when it comes to the breakdown of relationships because children need a father. They might not need their father. If you are one of those women who are in a high risk situation where the father was abusive, or you might have felt that you or your children were in danger, maybe they didn't need that father. They need a father. And sometimes when you are opting out of that, because stepdaddyhood is an extremely difficult place for men and women to navigate, you want to make sure that you understand clearly that that father figure that needs to be in the person's life is not you. The person, you are not the father, okay? That person is a male who brings unique things into the relationship that you as a woman just cannot do. And there are reasons for that, and we will be discussing that in our next episode. So stay tuned. You will not be disappointed. I'll see you in the next one, guys. You already know what to do to make sure that you stay safe and stay